Good morning, YouTube. Just LA Prepper here with another vlog. Today I'm going to talk about organization. Um, Not so much about how organized I am. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate my current organization probably around like a 3 or a 4. Not very high. Um, and I'll get into that a little bit. But I was looking at some of my stuff today. I was looking for something for my dash cam, not related to prepping at all, really. And I noticed I had a bin with some stuff in it. I was trying to make some like survival kits to sell on eBay or something, but which is still a viable activity. It's just the margins are really thin, so I'm not trying to price gouge people. So at any rate, so I was thinking of the fact that if you want to organization wise, if you want to bug in, you know, that's one thing. That's like keep everything at your house. If you want to bug out, you're sort of, on the other spectrum of you're either on foot or you're probably in a vehicle. Maybe not. Maybe that's not your ideal bug out. But at any rate, two vastly different organization levels. One, and when I say organization, I'm also kind of talking about logistics. And I'm going to talk about that in a future video, but I'm still trying to separate the two. So the question and the subject of this video is sort of is there room for kind of in between levels of organization? It's really easy to say, this is my bug out bag, this is everything I'm going to take, if I jump in my car, which is probably going to be everything you can fit in your car. Or if you've decided not to take your car, you might say, okay, this is my backpack, and this is everything I'm going to take if I have to leave on foot. Or maybe I'll grab a duffel bag. And of course, conversely, if you're bugging in, whether or not that's your long-term, short-term plan or whatever, organization isn't so critical because, it's your house or your apartment or whatever, so you're not worried about losing stuff, so to speak, or moving every night or every few hours. So it's not quite as critical to have everything as well organized. But what about that in between? What about let's say let's say you don't have a vehicle, okay, and you're planning on bugging in. Maybe you have a backpack to bug out, but basically, because you don't have a vehicle and because you're not trying to compete with the masses exiting your city, you want to bug in. Now, let's say that hypothetically, one of your good friends, maybe they're a little more connected than you are, and they give you a call one day and say, hey, the shit's about to hit the fan. I'm going to come pick you up in my pickup truck. Let's go. How does organization play into that? Well, if your only two levels of organization are, here's my bug out bag, and then here's everything I'm going to keep at my home, if your friend with the truck gets to your place and says, all right, we got 10 minutes to put everything in the truck, then let's go, what are you going to bring? Are you organized enough to deal with that event? Are you just going to start throwing cans in boxes? Do you have boxes? Are your tent and all the stuff that you were going to put in your car, are they already set aside in duffel bags? Are they in the closet? Are they packed away? That's kind of a really specific example, but the point that I'm trying to make is that, and it's a question that I still haven't figured out, is that how do you sort of organize everything in between, what I'm going to bug out on foot, what I'm going to bug out in my car, versus what I'm going to bug out at home or bug in at home. And, do you need to organize things in such a way so that, ideally, if you're going to be traveling, depending on if you're sort of traveling a long distance and how much you have to carry, presumably, at least I would sort of suspect you'd want to take as much supplies with you if you weren't planning on coming back. If you're planning on coming back and you're just scouting or you're hunting, for a day or two, that's one thing. But if you're planning on getting out and not coming back, why would you want to leave food? Why would you want to leave ammo? Why would you want to leave your stuff? So, if you only had, let's say you have all your stuff labeled, this is how much I'm going to put in my car. And like I said, you get into a scenario where you have to take half of that, or you have to take a quarter of that. Is it easily divided to where you can take a quarter, or are you going to have to unpack everything you have and then reprioritize everything and say, okay, I'm going to take just this stuff because that's more important? You might not have that time, What if, there's a flood or something and all your stuff's about to get wet, somebody comes and picks you up and says, okay, I got room for a backpack and a duffel bag. Well, what if all your important stuff is spread over 5 duffel bags? They're probably not going to wait or want to wait for you. You might not even have the time to wait. If the water's coming up, if there's other people to rescue, it might not be convenient for you to sit there and say, well, I have all my knives in this bag, and I have all my covering in this bag, and all my food stuff is in this bag, and all my cooking stuff is in this bag. So if you could just give me 20 minutes, I'll get everything together in one duffel bag, and then I can go. So it's sort of something that perhaps a lot of people haven't thought about, because it's kind of this gray area. But I think it's a really interesting question, as far as, if someone came to you with any range of possibilities, from you can bring a backpack all the way and up to you can fit as much stuff as fits in like an SUV, how long would it take you to prioritize your stuff, as far as, getting up and going? Or another good example, let's say you bugged out with, a bunch of duffel bags and a wheelbarrow and a wagon and, who knows, maybe half a car worth of stuff, and you're camping overnight. And then maybe you have people scouting your perimeter while you're sleeping, and in the middle of the night, somebody comes up and says, hey, there's a big group of whatever, they're coming our way, we've got to get out of here. You're on foot, maybe it's some difficult terrain, you have a couple duffel bags with you, but you're not confident you can move fast enough with all your stuff. Are you going to be able to, in a short order, take what's important out of everything you have? I'm not sure. So I'm not going to ramble on too much about this, but I just want to kind of get your thoughts and just kind of bring up the subject of, how do you organize all your stuff if you're not really sure how much you're trying to take with you, or sort of what the eventual scenario is going to be? I'm going to try to put a little more time and energy into this. I think I'll sort of do it to where I sort of have like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. And there's enough redundancy that if all I can take is level 1, great. If I can take level 1, level 2, even better. If I can take level 1, level 2, level 3, that's even better. But if I'm not taking level 3, I still have enough in level 2 and level 1 to do my food, covering, protection, and things of that nature, so that my level 3 or level 4 never has anything critical. It's always just nicer stuff. Like maybe I'm putting space blankets in level 1, but level 3 has a tent. Maybe I'm putting a moving blanket in level 2 to sleep on, but level 3 has an air mattress. I don't have an air mattress, but just an example. Level 1 or level 2 could have some propane or stuff. Maybe level 3, level 4 has like a charcoal grill, so that if you want to get some firewood, you can, make a little fire. So just kind of think about that stuff. I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts. I'm going to do another video on logistics. So until then, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.